Hey YouTube, it's Keisha. I'm going to be doing my foundation application. This is something that I do not on a daily basis, but if I do want to wear a coverage foundation, this is the routine that I will do. I don't know if you can tell on video, but I do have some redness on my cheeks. Usually after I wash my face, I'll get redness right here. So I'm looking in this mirror and I can tell that it's right there, and I just want to conceal that and get an even skin tone. The foundation that I use is Make Forever, a high definition foundation. You can get this at Sephora, and this runs for $40 for the bottle. I know it's steep for a foundation, but until I find something that is cheaper that I like, then I'll continue going to Sephora and getting it. This is not one of my cheap for chic products, because it is kind of ridiculous for a foundation, $40, but there's higher foundations than that, so I think I'm in the clear and I'm kind of safe. The brush I do use for my foundation application is a brush from Sigma, and this is the flat top synthetic kabuki brush, the F80, and that's what it looks like. What I like about this brush, it is really dense. It's not so flimsy like a lot of brushes that I used to have, and I really love it. This is $16, I believe, for this brush. I did research and I watched a lot of reviews on it because I wanted to find the perfect foundation application brush that applies it how I want. I'm going to give you an example of the MAC 190 brush. Let me see. This is what that looks like. And the writing's kind of off. I've had this for 2 years. I like this for concealer. I don't really like it for foundation. Some people love it, but I really don't like it for foundation. And you would apply that just like so. I use this for my concealer though. This I got from e.l.f. and this is a stippling brush. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. This is too flimsy for me. A lot of people love these stippling brushes. I don't like them too much. Look how flimsy it is. So I kind of steer away from this. I don't use it. You can use this for your foundation as well. But anyways, let's get started. I just use a basic CD, like an old CD that's burnt or whatever the case may be, CD you don't use. And this is what I put my foundation on. I just do like one squirt, and then I take my kabuki brush just like this, and I've washed this and it still has foundation in it. What I do is I stipple it in there just like this, excuse me, see that? And it gets on the brush. And I'm gonna be looking in this mirror, you guys. I just stipple it on my face, just like this. Just enough to cover the redness and any discoloration I have in my face. And after I stipple it in, I buff it. Buff it just like this. And it's just gonna give me an even finish to my skin. That's all I want, buffing it in. Put it on my nose. And a little bit goes a long way, excuse me, with this foundation. So it usually always lasts me a long time. I still use the MAC foundation. Every once in a while, I like this a lot better. Stipple that really well. Let's see, that's all gone for this side. Then you just start buffing. That's all you do. Buff it into your skin really well. And I love this brush because it's really dense and I feel it works the foundation in without any streaking. Okay. Probably really can't see, but this is the side that I just done. Not a lot of foundation on there, but it's just gonna give me an even finish to my face. Let me do the other side. Put a little bit on there, stipple it in there. You see that's gonna end up looking like that, kind of gross. Put it on the brush. Just stipple it on your face and then just buff it in. just like that. You do not have to do your whole face. If you have just discoloration in certain parts of your face, you can do that as well. Just those areas. But I want an even complexion, so I'm gonna do my whole face. And I like this brush because it gives you not a flawless finish. Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. A flawless finish to my face. It gives you that look of it being your skin without any streaking and all that. Then you want to drag that under your neck. Rub that under like that. So you won't have any harsh makeup lines on your jawline. I've been guilty of that before. It's not cute. Okay. And one more for my forehead. Stipple that in. Just work on my forehead. I have a lot of shine on my face. So after I'm done with this foundation, I'm going to use a blot powder or pressed powder, whatever you want to call it, and just blot my oily spots, my T-zones. I get oily here, oily here, oily here. And I stay oily all day. Buff that in. Under your eyes. Okay. So that's just that. I did not put it on to be full coverage. I just want to even out my skin tone just a little bit. You can build with this foundation as well. And by building, I mean you can add more to give you a really flawless look. But for everyday foundation use, I just want to kind of even out my skin tone, get rid of some of the redness. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing a full foundation look as if I'm going out somewhere for the evening or I'm going to be taking pictures. It's just something to even out my skin tone. And it doesn't take a lot to do that. Instead of the MAC pressed powder, I'm not going to use that because I found CoverGirl, and this one's in medium light. I wanted to try this to see if I would like it and if I can switch over from the MAC to the CoverGirl. So all I'm going to do is just press the powder on my face, rub that in. Definitely on my oily parts of my skin. My nose for sure. This just takes away the bulk of my shine. And even though I use the pressed powder, I still find my shine breaking through the powder. So it's like my skin is so oily. I actually forgot to put on my concealer under my eyes. I usually use this MAC concealer. And this is the Studio Finish Concealer in NC42. I wanted to try CoverGirl to see if it would give me the same effects. Now I've used the CoverGirl stick. It's okay. I'll most likely go back to the MAC concealer, but I want to try and see if I can find a concealer that is just as good as the MAC. So what you want to do with your concealer is put it under your eyes. And this is, you have dark circles under your eye, you want to conceal them. It always looks like I don't get any sleep, and I do. Just like that. And you can use the MAC brush like I said, or you can just use this Kabuki brush, and I just usually use the Kabuki brush, and I just stipple that in to kind of give a brightness under my eye. And this is just my way of putting on a really simple face. A lot of people do it different, which is fine. This is just my way of doing it. Stipple that in just to wake up my eyes. But that's it. And I do have a shirt on. I know it looks like I don't. I do. Make sure everything is blended in. And this is just step one of what I do. I'm going to do another video showing you the rest of my application. And that's just it. And like I said, you can build on this foundation. You can apply a lot more, or you can even apply a lot less. All I want to do is even out my skin tone. I did not want to have a full makeup look where I was going out somewhere, to a nightclub, to a restaurant, taking pictures. I didn't want that look. I just wanted an even skin complexion. That's all I wanted. So this is video 1 of how I do my makeup. Foundation application, excuse me. Thanks, you guys. Bye.